Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, Traders Pro. Market conditions remaining bullish in this current bull market, seeing short-term momentum, having a continued spike here in this upper range, and that's going to be one of the things that we're going to be looking at here over this next week going forward, is to see if we get a level of retracement, if it happens quickly, or if we just kind of pause and counter trend here for a little bit as well. We just certainly have that slightly bullish tone here. We're continuing to get additional buying. Breadth has improved slightly from yesterday. It was down in this range a little bit more and starting to move back up this other direction and moving this direction back towards extreme. So we're seeing really a really bullish scenario still. The issue is just we're extreme towards the upper end of that range, and that may take a little bit of time to consolidate some of the gains of this rally currently. If we take a look at the buy-sell ratio, we'll see if it has budged at all. Not quite yet. We're still sitting at 0.92, so still kind of flat in terms of that broad market breadth, and that is not surprising also based on where we've been here in this really strong rally. We're seeing upper end of the range here in sentiment as well. As I mentioned, this historically has proven to be a range that when this indicator gets up into this range, it doesn't stay there very long. You can see where it's at right now in relation. This is the 3-year time frame. So every time the market has been up near or approaching this upper range here and here, we get some kind of a reversal, and so we're at that location where we've got to start to be cautious and preparing for either some sideways market, or at least some kind of a counter trend and reversal, but not overly aggressive. It's coming. It's just a matter of time. It's just the magnitude in terms of, are we going to get a real big flush to the downside, or are we going to get something that just consolidates and works its way sideways? Let's take a look here at S&P 500, and this chart here, the last 3 or 4 days, you can see just real tight moves with this slight bias to the upside, and still continuing to work here. We are extreme on S&P 500. So again, a move back down, even something sideways, or even a retest back to this 476 on SPY, that would also be good for the market to consolidate those gains and create a new base for some more upside, or whether that takes place over the next few days, or we get another move higher and then we start to consolidate or move things back down. A consolidation range sideways in this range is going to be just fine. Allow this extreme to work its way back a little bit here as well. We'll see what the market does here going forward this week. If we take a look at sectors really didn't move much. I think we've got one more that bumped from hold back into buy. And so we are seeing a little bit more participation in sectors, and we've got some weakness there still in real estate, utilities, and global consumer discretionary. If we take a look at commodities, saw a big pop in oil. We've talked about that the last few days. It's just been working its way higher in this potential new uptrend in this upper range here. I'm going to go out to that 1-year time frame. The upper range of this chart was flirting, testing that $70 range on USO. USO is the ETF for crude oil, and we broke up above that. So now we're in this next zone, and this is a pretty decent location. Now lots of support right around 70. So we'll see if we retest that. That's that stair-stepping process where it adjusts and starts to move into zones. And once it tests the zone and retests that bottom end of that zone and breaks the upper end of that range, it's just gradually working its way higher. So a fledgling new uptrend working here with USO. And oil. So we'll watch to see if we see any oil stocks pulling into the scans. We certainly should start to see that. I know there are some really good stocks currently. If you go out to sectors and the sector scan, and then go down here to oil and energy and pull in that top list, you are getting some of these stocks. Tidewater, TDW, this has been one that has been in this overall uptrend as well. We've seen NRP. There are a handful of crude oil stocks, or energy type stocks that are doing well. And that'll be a place to be able to focus on if oil starts to really continue higher. Let's take a quick look at the new buy list here. ALPN had a nice big confirmation bar yesterday on big volume as well, breaking through this base and breaking out of this upper resistance area as well. Really nice looking breakout pattern. And NKTK had been a real big mover, $2 to $10 in this last rally, and retraced back into that 382 zone. A little confirmation bar right there as well. Medical biotech still working really well. Keep your eye on those type of stocks because they are the place where we're starting to see momentum. We're not starting to see, we're continuing to see. We've had some real nice runs in lots of those stocks in the last few days. Although we do have some other stocks that are in there. Here's, we got Harmony Gold, which gold has been in this uptrend. That may be a decent stock there to take a look at. Let's take a look at also. We didn't look at gold. We skipped over that one. And let's take a look to see what we had. A little consolidation day yesterday, small gain, trying to hold some support right here at that 187 on GLD, which is the ETF for gold. Let's jump back to these stocks here. There's a couple other builders, education, Royal Caribbean, cruise lines are in there. So interesting mix of stocks to consider in there today. That'll do it for today's update. Have a fantastic day today.